All right, so hi there. This is a video that's going to walk through this research project we're starting. This is the Rehugo project. It's named because you are looking for different components of research based on reading, entertainment and art, history, audio, government, current events, and opinions, okay? So you'll be finding the components, they're R-E-H-U-G-O, through research. There are 6 total components, R-E-H-U-G-O, and you will have time in class and at home to work through doing each of the components. You also will be finding, so for the reading component, you'll be finding a book. If you look at your task list, I have the due dates set for the first semester for this project. We've already completed the topic sheet and those things, so I haven't put them on here. I'm going to do this video is an overview. After you watch this video and you work through it, if you want, you can go in and click. So I have this file uploaded in our research resources. You can watch the individual videos over the individual portions of the components, and that will help you. Mostly the big thing you want to be thinking about is I'm picking a topic that I really care about, and I'm going to be looking at sources to help build my understanding and creating an argument about the topic that I've chosen to research. We know, and if you look at the rationale, we know that arguments right now, especially as we're in 2020, right? We've seen the civility changing. So our goal through this research is to understand our topic deeply and be able to articulate it with nuance. So that means understanding that sometimes issues seem very polarizing, but there's a lot of gray in the middle that if we are able to look at our sources and if we're able to talk to people and understand, it helps create meaning in our understanding and it helps us create successful arguments. So you have this first paper. This is the one with all the text on it, and this is kind of your research page. It just kind of shows you this is what we're looking for. You will be completing the project components in any order, so you can choose to do the entertainment components, the audio components, the opinion, whatever you want to do. You can choose to do those letters in any order. However, you have to have the book, the reading component, it's a book, and also finding, I believe, an essay. You have to have that done by the 3rd deadline because we will be building off of the book through a literary analysis paper. So you have to choose a book about your topic and I will help you find it. It does need to be nonfiction. There are lots of books out there about your topics as we've talked through what you're thinking about looking at. It can even be tangentially related, but there'll be a video, right? So you'll look at the reading one. So you'll have the first 3 components due by November 20th, so that's right before Thanksgiving. And then our first and final drafts we'll work on after Thanksgiving. And then, well, your first draft of that paper is due December 4th. So we'll make sure that we get those due dates in our planner. So the first thing you'll notice is we have all of these different projects pieces that we're working on. You can choose to research them in any way. I'm going to encourage you to use Info Ohio when you're able to for the articles. However, you may also find that you have to just go to Google, and that's fine too. You'll be creating the component document. I have it digitally shared with you also, but I need you to do the notes by hand. We're not going to type on this document. It becomes cumbersome because there's just so much information you're finding. For every article, for every piece of evidence that you find, you'll be creating a works cited page. You will want to write those citations on your packet. You'll want to make sure that they're correct and working through it that way. You'll be using for this project MLA format. Finally, at the end of the project, you will be completing a TED Talk. Okay, so at the end of the project, we will have written an essay. We will then be writing a cumulative speech. And this is going to be a speech that's 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes feels like a long time right now, but just wait. You're spending all year on this research. All year. You will have things to say. And to be honest, I think I ended up changing this last year to 3 to 10 minutes or 3 to 7 minutes because we didn't have enough time in class to get through everybody's. So Know that that time is flexible right now. You will, after we look at just the packet in general, you'll want to go back up to the top in this document that's digitally shared with you in Schoology and the research resources, and you will want to click through to see the different components. In general, looking at your project component document, the first page has an essential question spot. We don't need to have that exactly figured out right now. That's a really big picture question about your topic, but do write your search terms down here and the topic you have chosen up at the top. Now, when you start flipping through these 30-ish pages, you'll notice there are all these questions. As you're reading the different components, you will want to take careful notes. There isn't that much space in some of these questions because I don't think you need to write that much down, but you want to make sure before you get into that article or that piece of evidence that you've looked at the questions and you're ready to answer it. You will be submitting pictures of this document, so make sure you're kind of trying to be neat. As you find your articles, don't forget that you will be uploading them into your Drive folder. So when you do that, you want to make sure that in your Drive folder, you've got it shared with Mrs. Smink. You are able to upload the PDFs in there. A tip for you, so pretend I have an article open. I can go File, and I can print on the Chromebook. Where's print? There's print. Print on the Chromebook, and I can just tell it to save as a PDF. That will automatically save the article to my Drive, and then I can drag it into my research folder, right? Drag my file that I've saved as a PDF if it's an article, right? So I'm finding an article on my topic in Google and it's just like a website. I want to save the article, and then I want to make sure that I put it in my research folder, and then I copy and paste the link, the shareable link. So if I two-finger tap, I can tell it get link, and I want to make sure, right, that it's, so I'm a person added, so I should be fine. Copy the link, and I'll put that on my slides. Okay, so just make sure you're keeping track of your articles as you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Find an article for our timed write that's coming. You'll be doing a timed write on Friday. For this timed write, you need to have found one article about one piece of the project, and it's not like the entire R component or the entire E component. It's just one article that you feel like you might be able to write in response to the question of how does the author prove their point. Have a great day.